This week on Country Music Junkies, we have an artist that we've spoken to before, and we are so pleased to be joined by James Robert Webb, Oklahoma native. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, Patrice. Thanks for having me on again.
Well,
hello to everybody out there listening.
Well, we're so pleased to have you back. Last time we spoke, we kind of introduced fans to you and your music and your sound and all of the cool things that you're doing. So we wanted to check back with you. As we know, you've got a new single out. You've got lots of stuff kind of in the works for the next few months. So we wanted to get kind of a heads up on what's happening. So let's start with your current single, your new single, Daddy Made a Million. Tell us about that single.
Well, Daddy Made a Million is what I would call kind of a modern take on a traditional country song. It goes back to kind of family values, and the title's a little misleading because it might make you think it's about money, but it's really more about, looking back at family life and the things that really matter. So we're getting really great reception at radio. We've hit our fastest to the Music Row chart so far, and we're actually getting some ads on the larger market stations now, like Billboard, Indicator, media-based kind of stations,
wow,
which is exciting. Yeah, I got my first ad to a major market station a couple of weeks ago in North Carolina.
Oh,
so
congratulations!
I imagine yeah, thank you. So that's really it's a real blessing, especially as an indie artist. So I suspect by the time this airs, we may be continuing to build on that momentum, which is wonderful.
Absolutely.
And we just recorded the video for Daddy Made a Million last week in Nashville. So I understand there's a little delay in this interview. So probably by the time this interview gets out, we'll probably be close to or near, either close to or maybe the video may have already been released. So you can always go to my website and check on JamesRobertWebb.com, W-E-B-B. And as soon as the video's out, it'll be there, and obviously on YouTube and everywhere.
Excellent. Well, fans, be sure to head to JamesRobertWebb.com to check out that song, download that song, and also check out the upcoming video. Now, you're headed to the BMI Key West Writers Festival. What can we expect from you at that festival?
Oh, that's just a great gathering. You get kind of all of the writers, younger writers and the older seasoned writers, the hit makers that are BMI writers. We all get down there and you get us out of our element. We write together. And so I suspect we'll have a few songs written that week that will probably be on the album after this one that isn't even quite released yet.
Excellent. Well, you kind of teased the fact that you do have an upcoming album to be released, hopefully sometime this summer. What can you tell us about what fans can expect from that album?
Yeah, well, you can get a pretty good idea from what you'll probably hear on this album. It's all done. I mean, it's all recorded and vocals tracked, and we're still putting some finishing touches, like some backgrounds and things like that. But the album's pretty much in the bag at this point. But you can get a good idea of some things that are on there by listening to Daddy Made a Million or the previous single, Party in the Barn. So a little mixture, kind of I'm influenced by a lot of different music, and probably one of my favorite influences, would be, like we said before, Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson, kind of 90s era stuff.
Right.
But I don't, even though I like that stuff, I don't want to make a Brooks and Dunn tribute album. So trying to take that sound just kind of to another level, a little bit more modern. But at the same time, I try to pay homage to the traditionalists that I like. I mean, even going back older stuff. Like there's a song on the album called "Absolutely Positively" that's just a straight up Bob Wills kind of Texas Western swing song.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs that are a little bit more on the rocky edge of country, honky tonk. That'll be on there. So there's what I try to do in the albums is, if you're traditionalist, I mean, I hear people that love country music. There's this argument about what's real country and what people may not fancy a particular type of country that's out on the radio. So I try to do a mixture of traditional songs that could do well on the radio, but the rest of the album is usually kind of it's just James Robert Webb. It's a mixture of my influences, and so you'll hear things like Western swing, and you'll hear hard honky tonk stuff, and you might hear a power ballad. It's hard to tell what's on there, but I mean, I know what's on there, but I think the listeners will be pleasantly surprised. I've gotten good feedback so far. I just try to focus on making music that I enjoy, not so much about playing to the radio or to major labels or anything like that. I know if I like it, that if I come out with a product that I think is great musically and lyrically, then I'll enjoy it the rest of my life, even if nobody else listens to it. So that's probably the most important thing to me. And then my hope is that I have such wide influences that other people will like it too.
We look forward to hearing the upcoming album. Again, fans, you can go to jamesrobertwebb.com to find out more information about that. Be on the lookout for his upcoming album. And again, you can download Daddy Made a Million, check out the video for that. And James, thank you so much.
Absolutely. And if anybody wants to get out there and talk with me, the best way is probably I'm probably most interactive on Twitter and Instagram right now. So,
all right, what are your handles for those?
If you look at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that's James Robert Webb, one word. So,
perfect.
James Robert Webb, WEBB. So, give me a shout out and make sure you let me know that you heard us on Country Music Junkies with Patrice.
There you go. Excellent.